Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you a quick update. My channel is not meant to be a diary or anything like that, and you guys might not even care about this, but it's very important to me to share it. I'm going through something right now. I was traumatized by a horrible boyfriend, and I'm healing and I'm trying to find my peace. And if you're watching this, it's because you're trying to learn more about narcissism, and you might be healing from something too. So I feel like telling you about what happened is very important. So on Friday night, I made 1 full month of no contact with Robert. Our favorite band is currently on tour near us. I won't name the band since they're pretty big. Robert and I are huge fans. His band opened for them once or twice. We met them a few times. They're wonderful guys. I mentioned in one of my last videos I do accounting for rock venues, so I'm pretty involved with the rock scene. Robert and I, we'd always go to their shows together. So this particular time, he went to their show on Thursday night, and we didn't even talk about which show we were going to go to. It was just kind of an unspoken thing that he was going to go to the local one since he doesn't have a car, and I have a car, so I was going to drive to the one the next night a little bit further out. So he went to the one on Thursday, which was local. I obviously, knew that I was going to go to one the next night, so on Friday I drove a little far out, but it was totally worth it not to see him. Since I had been so brainwashed by him, I didn't really grasp the full extent of how horrible he really was, in that I had no idea what effect he had on other people. I just knew how he affected me. I knew how he affected his close, quote-unquote friends, but in terms of other people, I mean people who aren't really his friends. I had no idea how he affected them. A lot of people just know him on social media or have only spoken to him briefly. These guys in the band, they saw me at the show. They invited me on their tour bus, and they said, "Holy shit," and they proceeded to tell me what a complete jerk he had been the night before, and it felt amazing to hear that. This group of guys is one of the few people that Robert looks up to, because remember, one of the 9 clinical traits of narcissism is thinking that you're special and fantastic, and that only other special and fantastic people are able to understand you. Like I said, it's a pretty big band. He wants to be on their level so badly, and in his mind he already is. These wonderful guys finally saw what he had put me through and how mean and fake he was, and how I'm such a strong person for being able to finally get away from him. Once I realized what a bullshit artist Robert was, I was always worried that other people wouldn't see through it right away, and that they would be charmed by what he was saying. He would constantly talk about trying to get on tour with this band, and I always thought he was talented, but deep down I knew he was a huge liability to work with. And I'd always hoped that he wasn't able to work with them on a larger scale. Hearing them acknowledge what I had already thought and wondered was huge for me. It meant they weren't brainwashed by Robert's charm and lies, and they saw through it. And they really saw what kind of person he was. There were people on and off the bus the whole night, dropping off equipment and instruments and paperwork and just saying hi. And every person who walked onto that bus, one of the band members would say, "Hey, this is Robert's ex." And they said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. He's such a jerk." Everybody knew this guy. People from other states who were touring with this band knew this guy. He made himself known in such a negative way, and he had no idea. He's so delusional, and he really thinks that everyone loves him. I finally saw how ridiculous he is on a much grander and wider scale. I felt instantly better. I had a great night, and it helped me so much to hear from other people that he admires that they don't like him. One of the band members told me that he has prior experience with a sociopathic family member, so he saw the signs right away, and he knew not to take Robert seriously at all. It made me feel amazing, and I ended up having a great night with people who made me feel strong. So yeah, that was my weekend. It was a lot of the closure that I needed in finding peace and healing. Most breakups with narcissists don't allow you to have closure. They just drop you and that's it, or there's a giant explosion of a breakup, and that's that. They disappear without an apology or anything because they're not sorry. that's the bottom line. They're not sorry for anything that they've done to you. The explosion is called the grand finale, which I have a video planned out for that in the near future. But to have some sort of a closure made me feel great. And I hope that if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, or if you are, recently broken up with one, that you're doing okay and that you can find some sort of closure for yourself too.